this is the thing with liver. You don't know that you've got anything wrong with your liver until one day it gets picked up, usually by something else.
That really shook me because to me there was no symptoms.
People could be living a bad lifestyle for a long time and not realise it until it is too late.
Anybody can get it, can't they? It's not just alcohol.
I first started suffering with gout, and they doing blood tests and that says, right, we're sending you for a biopsy, liver biopsy. They said that I got cirrhosis of it, the liver, and it was due to fat building up on the liver, which you don't realise, you don't know. There's no symptoms or anything like that, like just eating normal food, you think you're all right.
I'm a type 2 diabetic, and the diabetic nurse said to me that our GP practice was doing a linked project with the Queen's Medical Centre in a relationship between diabetes and liver disease, and would have been interested in joining that. They did a fibre scan and found out I had cirrhosis of the liver, to my total surprise.
I just found that as a bombshell dropped on me, because I classed myself as just normal, everyday social drinking.
I was chefing and used to work split shifts very late at night. When we finish the shifts, then you go for a drink afterwards. And doing that 6 days a week for many years obviously had its toll.
I started going to the pub after work for company, and then it just went on from there. Straight to the pub from work, home when it closed, back to work, to the pub.
I didn't think it was excessive, 3 or 4 pints. There'd be a glass of wine in the evening with your meal.
Gutted, to be honest. I was quite shocked. The view I had of something like that, it was for down and out alcoholics. People like that. You didn't think that I would, I never imagined I would have it.
I've never been particularly big. This is why it all came as a bit of a surprise to me. I wasn't over it. I've always been active again, so it wasn't that I was lazy and didn't exercise. And I've always eaten well. We've had allotments and grown our own veg and things. It was a shock. However, I was putting on a lot of weight, particularly around the middle, and not being able to shift it, which was an indicator that something wasn't quite right.
I'm a teetotaler, so it's the last thing in the world I thought I was ever going to get, until it was explained to me about fatty liver disease. But it all came into place then, because my diet was high in fat, bacon sandwiches and Big Macs and things like that.
The treatment for the liver disease really has been looking after my diet.
I used to be 14 stone and down to 12 now. And when I was diagnosed, I thought, right, I need to do something. So we bought a treadmill. We do that every day and cut my meal proportions down.
I sit at my desk during the day, and at the end of my desk there's a big tin of biscuits. So I try and refrain from that. It's things like that. It's testing your willpower all the time. That's where I find it difficult.
I do feel very much so for my husband, because it's not fair, because I'm just so tired. And I don't like anybody looking at me, my body, my shape. I've got relatively thin legs, arms. I've got this huge expanding waistline.
To be honest, I suppose I really missed it, because I missed the social side as well. It was part of me. I just didn't want to feel as though I was an alcoholic, because if I was, all my friends were.
I do take more care of myself, eating regular, a bit of exercise, and I do actually feel 100% pretty well all right, as if I haven't got a disease, which is sort of odd, really.
With the cirrhosis, it's quite alarming that you don't feel a lot of difference.
I've had scans. They say everything's the same as it was, so no, nothing's getting worse.
It won't go away, but the liver apparently heals itself. It won't get any worse. It probably won't get better, but it won't get worse. Dr. Ryder said, "Your liver's doing fine, Mary, it'll stay fine, as long as you stay off the bottle." That was his exact words, which I thought was quite funny. But yeah, if I don't go back on alcohol, it'll be fine.
Something was going off inside of me, but I didn't know it was something that was creeping up on you, like a cancer, I suppose.
If there was a way you could be told that your body would store the fat instead of getting rid of it, then you'd know to change your lifestyle earlier on, and you wouldn't have this hanging over you.
But I wish I had been born then. What could have happened?
It's learning to listen to your body and not be silly about it and think, oh, well, I'll just have this glass of wine because I fancy it. No, don't. Be sensible and know that you can actually get a lot of support and you can carry on and have a good time.
A British TV show has featured a woman whose years of binge drinking finally caught up with her and delivered cruel revenge in the form of a dying and diseased liver, hidden within this grotesquely bloated abdomen. The woman, named Jo, told how her condition has made her look heavily pregnant. Assuming she was with child, strangers in her town would ask her when the baby's due. But Jo's baby is actually one of these, a horribly scarred cirrhotic liver. The swelling is caused by a build-up of fluids containing both waste and nutrients which her ruined liver can no longer process. Now sober, Jo was once a champion drinker, often putting away 3 bottles of wine every day. Unknown to the now 35-year-old, the booze was poisoning her slowly, as her liver's healthy tissue became replaced with scar tissue. She must now go to the hospital every few weeks to have the fluid drained through a needle and hose. The disgusting procedure can take 8 hours and yield as much as 23 litres. Jo's liver cirrhosis is irreversible. All that can save her long term is a liver transplant, and there's no guarantee that she'll even survive that. Drink responsibly, kids.
Patients with portal hypertension may be asymptomatic or present with symptoms due to variceal bleeding, ascites, encephalopathy, or hypersplenism. Variceal hemorrhage can occur most commonly at the gastroesophageal junction and result in death. The TIPS procedure creates an artificial conduit from the portal to the systemic venous circulation to resolve portal hypertension and recurrent gastroesophageal varices. A small incision is made in the neck to access the internal jugular vein. A guide wire, followed by a sheath, is advanced into the internal jugular vein, ending in the right hepatic vein. A catheter is advanced over the wire into the hepatic vein. After the wire is removed, indirect pressure is measured using a balloon at the tip of the catheter. Once the catheter is removed, a long curved needle is placed through the sheath and thrust through the wall of the hepatic vein and adjacent parenchyma into a major branch of the portal vein. A portal venogram is performed via the needle to confirm proper placement. A wire is advanced through the needle. After the needle is removed, a pigtail catheter is advanced over the wire. The wire is removed. Direct pressure is measured in the portal vein to check for a significant gradient. The wire is placed back into the portal vein and the pigtail catheter is removed. A balloon catheter is used to dilate the tract between the hepatic and portal veins. The balloon catheter is removed and the sheath is advanced over the guide wire. The stent is advanced through the sheath until it is in proper position, at least 2 centimeters into the portal vein. The sheath is removed and the distal 2 centimeters of the stent in the portal vein expands. The ripcord is pulled slowly to open the stent. Portal vein pressure is checked to make sure it has lowered. Everything except the stent is removed. This stent routes the portal flow directly into the hepatic vein, bypassing the liver.